Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're talking all about Chanel Beauty 2023. I have purchased a lot of Chanel Beauty this year, so we're going to go through all the collections that I purchased, give a review, roundup, retrospective, and talk about the best products of the year. Yeah, that's today's video. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So we're going to go back in time here with Chanel, and we're going to start off with the most recent release, which would be the holiday collection from this year. So this year, Chanel literally came out with 15 or 17 different highlighters for the holiday collection. I picked up one. I got the Sublimage Le Concentré Lumière, and the Sublimage skincare line is infused with this liquid slight jelly texture highlighter here. Now, unfortunately, this is limited edition because currently there is no real creative artistic director for the beauty sector. There are three artistic directors technically in charge. However, their creations are not coming in until next year. So it's been a lot of in-house beauty, which is why you get random products that are limited edition. Anyway, this liquid highlighter here is gorgeous. It's jelly. It feels hydrating and moisturizing at the same time. I love to layer this underneath foundation. I've really enjoyed this liquid highlighter. My only issue is that this is not permanent. I mean, to me, this makes no sense that it's limited edition. You know, it's not a blush or a color product. It's complexion. So hopefully this gets rectified because I would love to see more Sublimage makeup permanent for the brand. Next up is the Lumière Graphique, and this is a 5 shadow palette for the holiday release. 5 shadow palettes used to be a very common thing for Chanel. They stopped doing that once Peter Phillips left, but this came out this year. Did they reinvent the wheel? Did they shock the world with the color story, the color palette? Absolutely not. This is very basic in the best way. This is very traditional, very classic. The textures are buttery and smooth. We have some soft, dark colors. We have some beautiful topper shades. We get like a nice harmony here. This is really just your classic smoky eye. Nothing is groundbreaking here. So this is pretty, and I'm glad I picked it up. I have been enjoying it, but this is not like the most earth-shattering, like groundbreaking product the brand has ever come out with. I think this is very faithful to the brand, but I think it would be fun to see something different. But you know, I'm saying that at the same time, I was beyond relieved to see zero red eyeshadow for the holiday season. So perhaps I should just accept this for what it is, a beautiful classic 5 shadow palette that is perhaps a callback to the house, and maybe this means they're going back to their roots. We'll see. Right before the holiday release, we had the fall collection this year, and the fall collection was a little complex. There were multiple eyeshadows. We have a new series of eyeshadows here, which I believe are limited edition, of course, and these are these loose pigment eyeshadows from the brand. They're called Ombre Première Libre, which means Ombre Première loose eyeshadows, and they come in these little glass vials. Now, I think there was a little bit of controversy with these because some people had a hard time figuring out how to use them. It's a loose pigment. It's in the name, loose powder. So what you do is you can just go like this, but I like to take the product like this and sort of break it down, crush it into the back of my hand, and then apply it, because this gets rid of some of the excess. That way you don't get any fallout. Or I'll take this and I will dump it into a tissue, and then I'll take a brush and just crush the pigment and pick it up and apply it. That's the best way that I know how to use it. If I'm using one of the lighter colors here, this one, I have the shade. This is 402. I forget what it's called exactly, but it's 402. It's a light color, sort of just like a wash of color. This one here, when I knock off the excess, I do apply it directly onto the eye. The wand applicator is a good shape, but it's not super precise. So if you're going to use a darker color, I have 414. This one here is a dark berry color. So with this one here, if you knock off a lot of the product, you can go into the crease, but it could be a little bit better. So this one here is very dark and you could get a lot of fallout. If you just took the wand into the eye like this, you would get a big mess. But I liked these colors together. I wore them together for a beautiful purple, plummy, eggplant fall look. I think, you know, for fall, I love a purple, very pretty. I definitely need to use this a bit more. This one here is more matte, and the lighter color has a bit more of a satin finish to it. But this one here, I sheared it out or I built it up really nicely. So I think that these ones just had a little bit of miscommunication, misinformation about them, but I think that they're actually quite lovely. However, there's one palette here that became super popular because this year for the fall collection we had, my memory is flooding in now, we had like the whole Byzance collection. There were 4 quads, became very popular. I think they basically capitalized off of the tweed fever from the year before, and this is this palette here. This is 328 Parure Cristal. It's the only one that I picked up from the Byzance collection. I like this because it's very passe-partout. It's very easy. It's sort of subtle, no-brainer, light shades. You know, there's nothing here that maybe reinvented the wheel, but sometimes you just need soft, easy colors. That's this palette here, Parure Cristal. I think this was one of the more popular ones from this collection here. This soft brown is so nice. The 3 colors here are very soft, very buttery. And then you have this one here that's a nice topper shade, but I love this one because it almost hits a little bit of blue. With like a wet brush, you almost get a white pearlescent blue cool tone to it, which is really pretty. So this one here, it was just really easy, you know, no fuss, no muss, not complicated. It was just a very easy palette to use. I think it's very pretty. The shades in this here are very classic for Chanel. You definitely have these colors at home probably. I'm sure some of you have picked up this one on top of what you already own, but I think some of you also skipped it because you already owned it. But here is, I think, my favorite item from the fall collection this year, and this is the blush. I love a good Chanel blush. This is the 798 Beige, Rosé, and Mauve. So a rosy beige and mauve. I love to swirl my brush around so you can see there's a bit of smudginess. If you look really closely, you can actually see that this is meant to look like foliage. So the fall collection, these ones here, it was all inspired by foliage. The colors you'd see for fall colors, very pretty. And so this CC here goes down all the way. It's not an overspray. This is what the swatch looks like of the blush. Interestingly enough, I find that it looks much deeper when I swatch it, when I scrub my finger in the pan. On the cheek, it looks much lighter. And it's funny because I purchased this thinking it was going to be a super deep, plummy blush. I don't know. I think there's some sort of witchcraft in here because it doesn't actually look that deep on me. It looks a bit lighter and fresher, which is nice because as much as I love an eggplant blush, sometimes it can look a little bit heavy on me. But I wanted something purpley to go with the fall colors here. But yeah, this one was pretty. They had another blush available for fall that was lighter and more coral, more peach. But, you know, I wanted my eggplant tones. Moving on to a primer, and that's what I'm wearing today. So this year, Chanel decided to increase a little bit of the number 1 line makeup. Number 1 is infused with a red camellia seed oil. It's energizing, invigorating, hydrating. And so we have 3 new shades here of the Embellisseur de teint au Camellia Rouge, so these skin tint enhancers from Camellia Rouge, or the number 1 line. And I have the shade Soft Pink. That's what I'm wearing underneath my foundation today. This is what it looks like here, and this is the texture. It's much more fluid. I mean, it doesn't run like water, but it runs a little bit more than the Sublimage primer, and this is a lot here, but this is just like a beautiful glow-enhancing primer. You can mix it into your foundation. You can wear it underneath. You could tap a little bit on top of your foundation, or even just wear it on its own. It gives you that beautiful lit from within glow. Like, yes, I sleep 8 hours a night every night. I drink my green smoothies, etc. It gives you that natural glow. Really, it's really luminous. It has a little bit of pink underneath. I debated between getting this one and there's 3 shades. There's one, the second one, I forget the name. I want to say coral something perhaps. It looks really lovely. It kind of just enhances my tan a little bit. It kind of gives me more of a slightly more golden glow. But I ended up getting the soft peach one, and I think for the next few wintry months, this is going to be my appropriate shade. But yeah, I was kind of in between both, but I'm glad I got this one in the end. Moving on to Les Beiges this summer. So this summer, Les Beiges was a lot of revisiting the past. They basically just made a lot of the classic Les Beiges products travel size, whether it was the cream bronzers travel size, the water fresh tint travel size, the body oil travel size. That really was, it was like the summer Les Beiges to go. Like everything is travel size, which was good. But here in Canada, we got a new product, and it was not available in the US. I don't know if it was available in the rest of the world, maybe Australia, maybe the UK, but not US. I don't know why. I don't know. But this is the Les Beiges Healthy Glow Cream in Rosy Beige. So this is not a bronzer. Like obviously, this is not a bronzer here. And this came only in the travel size, and it's again Healthy Glow Cream Rosy Beige. This is absolutely stunning. It really feels like a silky base primer. It kind of looks like my complexion, but it buffs it out, and it feels so soft, so velvety. It really just unifies. I mean, I swear it kind of just like buffs and blurs any little veins or discoloration. It's absolutely so pretty, and it's not available worldwide, and it's not permanent. Again, this needs to be permanent. This needs to be available worldwide. It's just like an amazing product. I reviewed it here because I live in Canada, and I just had it, and I just bought it thinking that like everyone would get it, and I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. But if you can get it, get it. It's just, it feels velvety and soft. Like it feels like a cream, but then as soon as you blend it out, it feels like soft velvet, like a baby powder. It's just so pretty. It really is like your skin, but better, and like super natural, light, feels like nothing, feels sheer and lightweight, fits into the whole Les Beiges Healthy Glow aesthetic really nicely. And honestly, it was one of like my top hits of the entire year, not just for Chanel, but like across the board, like one of my favorites. So yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just telling you how I feel here. So we're going all the way back in time. I think we're now in January of 2023. So first up here, I think this was actually the very first collection of 2023. And these were the new shades of the Chanel Rouge Allure Velvet lipstick. So Rouge Allure Velvet is not new. These are just like the classic bullet lipsticks like this. Classic bullet, but they had the Allure Velvet finish, which means it's a little bit more matte. And today I am wearing the shade, hold on, I forgot which one exactly, but I ended up getting 3 colors. I got 45 Intense. So again, I got these in January, and January here is really cold and blustery and freezing. So I wanted life. I wanted lightness. I wanted color. I wanted an injection of fun. This is 46 Magnetic, so I think this is what I'm wearing today. I picked these 3. I really go back and forth which one is my favorite. These are close, but they're a little bit different. This one's a little bit more pink, a little bit more red. I'm wearing this one here, 46 Magnetic. Super pretty. And then I got 64 Éternel. This one here is the most beautiful muted plum. It's a berry without being too dark or too much. So this is the Allure Velvet finish. It's a satin finish, but a little bit matte. So it's incredibly comfortable. It's not very drying, but it's very long wearing. It has a little bit of sheen, you can see, but just the very slightest amount. And it's just so comfortable to wear all day. So pretty, so light, and just gives you that injection of color in those bleak, cold winter months, which are ahead of me and you as well, I assume. Okay, I have one last collection to talk about here, but I need to de-swatch the back of my hand. The Rouge Allure Velvet series is possibly my favorite release from Chanel this year. It's definitely top. It's my second favorite. Do you know what my ultimate favorite release collection was this year from Chanel? The Chanel Le Blanc Délice Pastel. So pretty. When did this come out? February, I think. Just so pretty. Le Blanc is all ethereal, light, and this year they leaned into pastels and it was absolutely gorgeous. I'm wearing the eyeshadow palette here. This was called number 68 Délice, so delight. We have a beautiful light ethereal pastel palette. These three are absolutely stunning. This one here is mismatched. I think it's misplaced. It's a reddish brown, which has no place in a beautiful light palette, but Chanel cannot get away from dark red browns, apparently. At least warm browns, I should say. But here is the swatch. Like, these are not earth-shattering, but I think they are actually, because these and these are just so pretty, so light, so fresh, especially in the bleakness of February weather. It's just really nice to see light pastel and just I don't know, get that injection of lightness and a breath of fresh air in cold winter months. Today, I am in fact wearing these two colors layered on top. That's all I'm wearing for eyeshadow, and then the 46 lipstick here. So pretty. I got so much use out of this palette here. Also, I love purple eyeshadow. One thing about me, I love purple for spring. For spring, to me, purple is just the best color. Like, I want light purple, not like the dark eggplants. I want lightness and freshness and just, you know, transport me. You know, let's have fantasy with makeup. And so I love that lightness for spring. So I absolutely loved this release here. Another item that I got from the Le Blanc collection is this Baume Essentiel. Look at this. It's a lilac shade. And I know you may be thinking, like, that sounds super weird. I know. But these Baume Essentiel are very sheer. They have a little bit of color to them, but not a ton. If I'm layering it a lot, you can see that lilac reflection. But trust me, this is so pretty. I wore this so much. I've actually made a bit of a dent in this, which is impressive, but so pretty, so nice. I like to layer this underneath my foundation just to give me a bit more glow and moisture in those cold months, and just to pull a bit of that purple there and just bring it all together. Last but not least, one of the best items from the brand this year is the blush from the Le Blanc collection. This is the illuminating blush powder in Fantaisie de Chanel, so Chanel Fantasy. Not spoiler, what's the word? Jump scare warning. This has been very used, abused, mutilated. This used to have a beautiful CC logo on top. Listen, you can tell I have loved this blush. I have loved the stuffing out of this blush here. It's a beautiful pastel fuchsia with a highlighter in it, and that's what I'm wearing today. That's my blush. That's my cheek color here. And I know the pastel fuchsia with like an illuminating highlighter might sound a bit intense or too crazy. No, it's just the right amount, of color. This is a very concentrated swatch, but you can see the luminosity, the lightness in it. It's so pretty. And these are the types of Chanel blushes I talk about when I talk about amazing Chanel blushes, because they reformulated their permanent stuff. It's not my favorite, but this one here, it's a classic Chanel blush. So speaking of injecting lightness and purple and color into bleak winter months, there is a new collection coming out very shortly. I was told January 2nd or 5th here in Canada. I will get this as soon as possible. I believe this is called the Chanel Les Beiges Winter Glow. Les Beiges Winter Glow. I've literally, truly, I have never seen this before in my life. Usually Les Beiges comes out in like May for summer, but Les Beiges Winter Glow. Listen, I'm all about a winter glow. I'm all about beauty in wintertime and color and lightness, like I just told you. So I will 100% purchased this collection. It looks so pretty. I really want to see in person and swatch live on my face mixed with what I already own, which is a lot, but I think this looks really pretty. I don't know what this is. This is a new creation from the 3 new artistic directors for Chanel. So this is brand new for them. I don't know how it works, if one of them decides for one collection or if they all collaborate for each collection. I don't know. I just know that this is all about that winter glow, that boost of hydration and luminosity for wintertime, which we all need. So I'm excited. I'm intrigued. There's a lot of blushes, there's nail colors, there's lip colors, there's an eyeshadow. I think this looks really, really pretty. I think it looks beautiful. It looks light. It looks effervescent. It's sucking me. It's working. It's sucking me in directly. I will 100% test this out. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you are. Double check, triple check, and make sure your notification bell is on, because I will be reviewing that very shortly. But I wanted to get this out of the way first. I wanted to do a retrospective of the best of Chanel for the year. This is what I purchased. I definitely purchased other products from Chanel this year, but these were the collections. You know, I'm not going to just throw in a cleanser or something or a mascara. These were just like the collections from this year. So sound off in the comments below, which collection was your favorite? Was it the fall collection, the Le Blanc holiday? Let me know in the comments. There's no wrong answer. Like, what was it your favorite? Which one was your least favorite? There's no wrong answer. If you made it this far into the video, maybe leave a purple heart emoji, because I love the color purple. So just leave a little purple heart emoji to let me know you've made it all the way to the end. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.